monsters do have their place. In the zoo, in your nightmares, in the deep, in your favorite horror movies. But not in your living room, on your TV. Don't let pay TV be the monster in your living room. Pay TV and cable TV companies are seeking the right to charge you for the very programs you now get free. If you want to stop pay TV and save free television, sign the petition in the lobby of this theater. Let your lawmakers know how you feel in the fight against pay TV and cable TV.
Dear viewers, at the present moment, you are witnessing someone coloring. As you can see, the artist chooses to color inside the lines. Such a habit is one of the many unfortunate symptoms of the nice girl syndrome. Notice, the lines of this coloring book represent more than mere outlines. They represent rules and regulations, boundaries and restrictions. The nice girl, unfortunately, chooses to stay within such confinements. The procedure. Ending the nice girl syndrome. A 3-letter diagnosis with a 3-step cure. Step 1. Color outside the lines. Step 2. Learn to say no. The nice girl is constantly doing things for others, never having time for herself, always sacrificing her wants and her schedule to fit the needs of clingy friends and family. It is an imperative step to learn to reject all sorts of external pressures and focus on what you want. So ask yourself, what do you want?
Leave me alone, damn it!
Step 3. Express your anger. Do not internalize any sort of resentment. Channel your angst. Express your chaotic confusion. Playing drums are an excellent way to relieve such stress. Other methods include screaming into a pillow, punching helpless stuffed animals, and the ever-popular banging your head against a wall. Now, dear viewer, ask yourself,
am I cured of the nice girl syndrome?
Or am I destined to be a creature who colors within the lines? Which am I? Who am I? If you can answer the question, you are cured. End of procedure.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the show. Once again, thank you for coming to our theater tonight. Have an enjoyable evening.
Like all too many of his contemporaries, Tom is experimenting with something he knows little about which too little is known by anyone. Marijuana. It's a scene which must have times, in countless ways, all equally heartbreaking. The father-son confrontation.
Mom smokes like a chimney. And you have a drink every day and smoke too.
It's not the same.
Why not? It's easy for you to stand there with a cigarette in one hand and a drink in another and tell us not to blow pot.
Have you really considered all the consequences?
There's not a shred of evidence that marijuana is any worse than nicotine or alcohol. You can get cancer. Your liver can rot away.
Well, you're right. You rather look down on my generation for getting hung up on smoking and drinking, knowing it's bad for us. You think we're stupid. Maybe you're right. But does that make your generation so all-fired smart for getting hung up on grass? You can be harmed by that, too. Or do you have double standards when it comes to our smoking and drinking and You're blowing pot.
Pot isn't bad for you.
Oh, isn't it? How do you know?
Studies concerning marijuana's possibly harmful effects have been made, although they're not yet conclusive. But some facts are known. Some effects have been established. There are apparently few physical manifestations, a reddening of the eyes, lowered body temperature, and a certain inability to coordinate movement. But there are other effects, psychological effects. The marijuana user generally experiences an uncontrollable feeling of hilarity, quite without reason. He exhibits a marked carelessness. His senses and time perception are distorted. He becomes confused, and he displays irresponsibility and poor judgment. And prolonged use may result in a loss of ambitious respect, the induced couldn't care less attitude.
But grass is not a dangerous drug like heroin. You don't become an addict.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
This is National Safety Month. Can you see, steer, stop safely? If not, check your car. Check accidents. With the busy driving season here, now is the time to check your car. Be safe by driving a safe car.
That makes a lot of sense, George. Last year, over 1 million people were killed and injured in needless automobile accidents. It's a dreadful waste of life.
Yes, and the tragic thing is, Groucho, that a great many of those accidents would have been avoided if the car owners had taken just a little time to have their cars checked. And to make sure your car gets a complete safety checkup, there's no better place to go than a DeSoto Plymouth dealer. His factory-trained mechanics will go over every part of your car that can affect your safety to make sure they are all in perfect working order. Wheels, brakes, headlights, tires, steering, windshield wipers, glass, horn, muffler, taillights. Everything you need for safe driving.
You know, it takes only a small amount of time and money to keep you and your family safe on the highways. Isn't it worth it?
Remember, to be a safe driver, you must be able to see, steer, stop safely. Check your car. Check accidents. Stop in where you see the sign of better service, the friendly sign of your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
And now, on with the show.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. Que sera.